Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to night 2 of the Board Sports Network's 24-man single elimination Bowl-O-Rama tournament. Last night's action saw 16 bowlers go up against each other, with the 8 advancing to the second round. Tonight is night 2. We are down to 16 bowlers left in this tournament. 8 are going to go on into round 3, which will be hopefully concluded tomorrow night in night 3. So let's go on down to the lanes and get round 2 started and see who is going to advance to tomorrow night. The first 4 bowlers for tonight getting ready to hit the lanes, as we have Steve Loesch, who got a first round bye. He's got a 224 average. Trent Conrad advanced from yesterday's round 1 with a 218 average. Ralph McNamara advanced, and he's got a 228 average, and Frankie Diaz has a 222 average, and he got a first round bye. So let's go ahead and get tonight's action underway here at the BSN lanes. Steve Loesch with his first throw, 212, and he's going to start out with a strike. Next up will be Trent Conrad. He has a 212, and he's going to get a strike for his first roll. Ralph McNamara set to begin his night. Questionable 17. That's a Y ball right off the get-go. He's going to have a 61 with a 5. So a 5 minus for Ralph McNamara. He is an AAA spare, so questionable 20. He's going to throw a gutter ball. So McNamara with a rough first frame, and Frankie Diaz up for his first roll. I don't believe McNamara wants Diaz get too far ahead early on. He throws a questionable 6, and that is an 8+, so could be a break there for McNamara. As we go to his 8+, that is a routine 20, and he's going to go ahead and pick that up. Back to Steve Loesch for frame 2, questionable 6, and that is going to be a 9 for Loesch. Ought to be able to pick this one up, 4-6, and he does. So a spare for Loesch in frame 2. We go to Trent Conrad, looking to advance to round 3. That's a routine 13. That's another strike for him. 2 in a row for Conrad. McNamara looking to rebound from that rough first frame, throws another questionable 8, and that is an 8 for him. We look at his 8 chart, ought to be able to pick it up, and he does. So a spare for McNamara in frame 2. Next up will be Frankie Diaz, routine 16. That is an 8, another 8 for him. See if he can pick it up here. Questionable 18. He barely gets it. Steve Loesch with his third frame. He gets a, he did have a routine, but ended up with a questionable 16, and he's going to throw a Y ball. 53. He's going to have a 5. So these bowlers, a little bit of a rough start for tonight's action. He is a AAA. Questionable 2, and he will pick that up. So he has a 35 after 2 frames. And we go to Conrad for his third frame. Routine 7, and he will throw a strike. So 3 strikes in a row for Conrad out of the gate, hot tonight, as he's going to need all he can against Steve Loesch. And McNamara up with his third frame. Questionable 14. That is a 7 minus. So McNamara with a rough start to the evening. That was a 7 minus. He's going to need some help here. He gets a routine 7, and he's able to pick it up. He has 22 after 2 frames. And we go to Frankie Diaz for his 3rd frame, routine 14. That'll be a 9. His 2nd throw in the frame generates a questionable 17, able to get it. So everyone kind of flirting with disaster a little bit, except Conrad. He is coming out of the gate hot. Steve Loesch for his 4th frame, routine 4, gets it. Loesch with a 55 after 3 frames. Conrad will be up next, looking to stay hot. 2-6, and he will. 4 strikes in a row for Conrad as he has a 60 after 2 frames. We go to McNamara now for the 4th frame, routine 4, and he's going to get a strike. McNamara with a 42 after 3. Frankie Diaz will be up for 4th frame, routine 1. He's going to nail a strike. Diaz with a 57 after 3. We go to the 5th frame halfway through this game as Steve Loesch comes up, routine 10. He just gets an 8 for his 1st throw. See if he can pick it up here, and he will. So a spare for Loesch as he has a 75 after 4. Trent Conrad looking to stay hot. Routine 6, and he will. 5 strikes in a row for Conrad. 90 after 3. McNamara up for his 5th frame, questionable 7, and that's an 8. So McNamara just cannot get things going as he's going to pick up the spare here in frame 5. He has a 62 after 4. Frankie Diaz will be up next. He gets an exceptional 16, and he needed that for a strike. Loesch up for his 6th frame. Routine 27. So a 7 plus for him. He ought to be able to pick this up, and he will. He has a 92 after 5 frames. Trent Conrad, can he keep it going? Routine 14, and he gets a 9, so the streak is over for him, but still well in control as he picks up the spare. He has a 139 after 5. McNamara up here in the 6th frame, exceptional 17, and that's a much needed strike for him. He's got an 82 after 5. Frankie Diaz looking to keep the pressure on as he rolls an exceptional 17. That's 3 strikes in a row for him. 87 after 4. Steve Loesch up for his 7th frame of action, 311. That will be a strike for him. So 112 after 6 as we go to Trent Conrad here in the 7th frame, routine 15, and he's starting to slow down as he gets a 9 there. Ought to be able to pick this one up as long as he doesn't throw a questionable ball, and he won't. 1-1, that is an easy spare for him. 158 after 6. McNamara up next. Routine 11, that's a strike for him, so 2 strikes in a row for McNamara. Frankie Diaz looking for his 4th strike in a row, and he is going to get it. Just barely, but it counts as he has a 117 after 5. Frame 8 we go. Steve Loesch first to throw. Ooh, that's a questionable 14. That is a 7 minus. So it's going to be a tough spare to pick up for him. Can he do it? Routine 18, he won't, as he just gets 1 pin. So he has 130 after 7, 138 after 8. Trent Conrad up next, well in control in this matchup. Routine 6, he gets a strike. So 178. So his max possible is a 268, whereas Loesch's is a 198. Ralph McNamara, this matchup is still somewhat close, but Frankie Diaz starting to pull away. Routine 6, and that's a strike for him. 3 strikes in a row, as he has a 112 after 6. We go to Frankie Diaz, looking for his 5th strike in a row, and he will get it. 5 in a row for him. 147 after 6, as he looks to be on his way to winning this one. Steve Loesch out here next with his frame 9, questionable 17. That's a Y ball, and he will throw another 5. 5 minus for him. This will be a tough spare to pick up. He is a triple A as a routine 7, and he will only get 4, so 9 pins in that frame, as he has a 147 after 9. Conrad just out here getting warm-up throws for tomorrow night now, as he throws a 312. That's another strike for him. 2 in a row. As McNamara comes up for his 9th frame, routine 3, that'll be a strike for him. 4 strikes in a row for him. 142 after 7. So unless Frankie Diaz just absolutely cans it here, he looks to be moving on as he throws a strike. 6 strikes in a row for him. 177 after 7. To the final frame we go for Loesch, just out here trying to generate sponsorship, any sponsorship money he can get, as he throws a strike. For his first throw number 2 here in frame 10, 416, he's going to throw a 9. So his last throw of this tournament will be a spare. He finishes with a 167. Rough night for the 224 average bowler. We go to Trent Conrad, looking to show off his skills. 119, he gets a strike for his first throw. Here in frame 10, 208 after 8 for him. Second throw will be a routine 6, that's another strike. 4 strikes in a row, as he has a 238 after 9 now. Last throw for Trent Conrad here in this 10th frame, and he finishes off with an 8. So great night for Conrad, as he finishes with a 266. I believe that is my highest. Nope. Boston had a 275 yesterday, so second highest as Trent Conrad moves on. McNamara with a max possible of a 232. He needs to hit all of them here, and then hope Diaz just throws 2 straight gutter balls. Routine 10, that's a strike for McNamara. 5 in a row for him. Might be too little too late though, as his second throw will be a routine 7, that's a strike. So 202 after 9. And his last throw will be a 7 to end his night. He finishes with a 229 on the 228 average bowler. Frankie Diaz looking to put the nail in the coffin with this first throw. 5-9, he will get it. 207 after 8 for him. He is throwing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikes in a row. Can he make it 9 in a row here? Routine 9. That's 1 more strike for him, as he has a 237 match in hand. Last throw of the night for him will be a 7. So a 264 for Frankie Diaz. 2 pins away from Conrad, as Trent Conrad and Frankie Diaz move on to round number 3. Let's go ahead and get the next 4 bowlers out on the lanes and see what. So let's go ahead and get the next 4 bowlers out on the lane and see who advances to round 3 from them. So our next matchups of the evening Vince Strimick will be out to face Chet Greenberg, and Gary Salerno will be out to face Clyde Bowermaster. Strimick and Bowermaster got the byes in round 2. If you remember, Gary Salerno had the issues, the nerves getting to him, but he was able to hold on for a 230 to 219 win over Hub Reef Snyder. So let's hope the nerves are starting to calm down a little bit for Salerno. And let's go ahead and get this match underway as Vince Strimick is set to lead us off. He's a 225 average against a 211 for Greenberg. Salerno is a 224 versus a 223 for Bowermaster. So should be a good matchup here as Vince Strimick starts his game out with a strike. We go to Chet Greenberg for his first throw of the evening, 5-9. He's going to get a strike. Both of them starting out with strikes as Salerno comes up next, 3-16. He gets an 8 for his first throw. Let's see if he can pick it up here. He should be able to, and he does with an exceptional ball. And Clyde Bowermaster out for his first throw of the evening, and he's going to nail a strike as he throws an exceptional ball down the lane. Frame 2 for Vince Strimick. Routine 2, that's another strike for him. Chet Greenberg will be out for his frame 2, questionable 7. That's an 8-, so that's going to be a tough pickup for him. 8-. Ooh, it's going to be rough. Questionable 14, and he does not get it. Does not get a pin down as he throws an 8 and then misses his next ball completely. He has a 26 after 2 frames. Salerno looking to 4-7. Salerno with a routine 20, and that's a 7 for him. So nerves still playing a factor tonight as he tries to pick this up. Should be able to, and he will with an exceptional ball. He needs to really get things going. He barely scraped by yesterday. Clyde Bowermaster with his second throw of the evening, and he's going to nail it with another exceptional ball. That might be 2 in a row for him as Vince Strimick comes out looking to get that third strike. Looks to get it. 4-15. No, he gets a 9. Should be able to pick this one up fairly easily. Routine 18, and he does. So a 29-49 after 2 for him. Greenberg 26 after 2. That's a routine 4. That's a strike for him. Next up will be Gary Salerno looking to get things back on track. 3-16. That's an 8. So still no strike for Salerno, as that's an 8+. Should be an easy pickup. Exceptional 13, and he gets it. So 3 spares for Salerno. He's got 35 after 2 frames. Bowermaster with his third throw of the evening. Routine 12, and that's another strike for him. 3 in a row. He is out in front of everybody here so far. Vince Strimick here in the 4th frame. Routine 11, that's a strike for him. 69 after 3 frames. Greenberg is up next. Routine 18, that's a 7+. Oops. So 3 pins left. Should be a somewhat simple pickup. Routine 9, and he will get it. He's got a 46 after 3 frames. Salerno up next. Exceptional 2, that's his first strike of the evening, as he has a 55 after 3. Bowermaster looking to keep the pressure on him though. Routine 16, that's a 4th strike in a row for him. So he has a 60 after 2. We go to frame 5 with Vince Strimick. Routine 18, that's a strike. His second in the row. As we go to Greenberg, Routine 2, and that is a strike for him. 66 after 4 for him. Frame 5 for Salerno. Routine 11, and that's a strike. So 2 in a row for him now. The Bower-Master continues to pull away. Exceptional 7. That's another one for him. 5 strikes in a row. 90 after 3. We go to frame 6. This match is still somewhat close. Vince Strimick is slightly out ahead. We have a routine 6, and that is a strike. So 3 strikes in a row for him, as he has a 99 after 4 now. Greenberg with his 6th frame, questionable 10. That will be a 7. For Greenberg, he looks to pick this up. Should be able to. Routine 2, and he does. He's got an 86 after 5. Salerno with his 6th frame of work. Routine 16, that is an 8. 8 plus should be fairly easy to pick this up, and he will. He has a 103 after 5. Bower-Master, can he get 6 in a row here? Routine 10, he does. So Bower-Master looks to be taking this matchup as we go to frame 7 for Vince Strimick. Routine 3, that's a strike for him. 4 in a row, as he has a 129 after 5. Greenberg up for his 7th frame. Routine 8, gets it. 106 after 6 for him. Salerno will be up next. Routine 13, gets it. Barely though. Last pin wobbling around at the end and decided to go ahead and fall. Bower-Master, 7th frame. Routine 1, gets it. So he is on pace here. 150 after 5 for him. Strimick here in the 8th frame. Routine 15, gets a 9. So his strike streak comes to an end as he looks to pick up the spare here, and he barely gets it. 420. That is enough, as he has a 178 after 8. He's starting to pull away from Greenberg here, and Greenberg needs a big streak of strikes here, and he won't get it as he throws a 9 for a first throw in his 8th frame. Questionable 2, gets it. So a spare for both of them. He has a 126 after 7. Strimick is looking to be pulling away there. Salerno, I don't know if he's going to be able to come back. Advanced nerves are getting to him. Routine 11. That's a strike for him though. As we go to Clyde Bower-Master. 411, that's a strike. So the watch is on for him, as he has 180 after 6. Strimick here in the 9th frame. That's a routine 17. He's going to throw another 9. Should be able to pick this up though, as long as it's not questionable and he gets it. So another spare for him. 197 after 8. And Greenberg with his 9th frame, questionable 13. That is a 7 minus. So a 7, that's going to be tough to pick up. Can he do it though? Routine 20, no, he only gets 1 pin. So he has a 151 after 9, and that looks to seal the deal in that matchup, as Salerno up for his 9th frame. Routine 2 gets a strike, 3 in a row for him, but it might be too little too late. Bower-Master, frame 9, can he do it? Exceptional 14, that's 1 more for him. So perfect game so far for Bower-Master, and we go to the 10th frame for Vince Strimick, well in control of this matchup. Routine 20, that's an 8 for his first throw. Should be able to pick it up though, and 420. He does not. Only gets a 1, so his night is done as he ends with a 224. But still well in control. Greenberg, no chance for him to get it to come back here, as his first throw is an 8. Can he pick it up and force a throw 3? 220? No. 9 pins for him in the last frame. So he ends with a 160. Tough night for Greenberg. Salerno looks to finish out his tournament run here. First throw is a strike here in the 10th frame. That gives him 183 after 8. Second throw for him is an exceptional 15. That's another strike. So at least he's keeping it respectable here. 213 after 9. Last throw of the 10th frame will be a routine 20, and he'll get a 7. So his tournament run is over as he finishes with a 240. But Bower-Master, the pressure is on here for the perfect game. Routine 10, there's 1. Needs 2 more. Can he do it? Routine 4, that's another strike. 270 after 9. Here we go, folks. Perfect game here. Routine 4, he does it. 300 for Bower-Master. All right. And only my 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th game. And our first 300. So Bower-Master and Stremick will move on to round 3. Salerno and Greenberg had a good run, but they were not able to advance. As let's look at the bracket now. Greenberg will face Bower-Master in round 3. Conrad will face Diaz, and we will get ready to go with the right side of the bracket and the conclusion of round 2 here in BSN at the BSN lanes. So here for our third group of 4 for this tournament, we will have Ed Zancic facing off against Don Rhoda. Rhoda had a 247 in his win yesterday. Bill Carell had a 193, and he is going to be going up against Marv Rosenthal. Rosenthal and Zancic both got first round byes. Zancic is a 222 average, Rhoda is a 218, Bill Carell is a 227, and Marv Rosenthal is a 225. So let's go ahead and get this game underway and see who will advance out of this group. Zancic starts off with a strike for his first throw. Don Rhoda will come up for his first, and he gets a strike. So strikes for those pairings as Bill Carell comes out for his first frame of work. Routine 11, that's a strike for him. And Rosenthal, his first throw, 320, throws a 7. So we'll go to the 7 chart for him. Should be somewhat easy pickup, and it is, as he throws a 1-1 and a spare. Zancic, frame 2. That's a routine 9. That's a strike for him, 2 in a row. Rhoda up next. That's a routine 14, and he's going to throw a 9. Should be able to pick this one up as long as he doesn't get a questionable 20, and he will get it. 9 spare. He has 20 after 1. Bill Carell for his second frame of work, and he's going to get a strike. 2 in a row for him. Rosenthal comes out next, questionable 15. That's a 7 minus. So 7 pins and a tough pickup here. Is he able to do it? No, he just gets 2. So a 26 after 2 frames for him. And Zancic out here in frame 3. Routine 1's another strike for him, 3 in a row. Don Rhoda is up next, and he gets a questionable 4. That is an 8, but able to be picked up fairly easily, as he will throw a spare, get both of them down, his second spare in a row. 38 after 2 for him. Correll in his third frame of work, looking for that third strike in a row, and he's going to get it. Rosenthal for his third. 4-7. He'll throw another strike. His first strike of the evening. Correll has 30 after 1. We will go back to Ed Zancic. Can he replicate Bower-Master's game from earlier? He's on a roll as he throws his 4th strike in a row. He's got 60 after 2. And we go to Don Rhoda with a routine or exceptional 10. That's a strike for him, his second of the matchup. 58 after 3. Bill Correll out for his 4th throw. He's looking to replicate a 300 game as he keeps it going with another strike here in the 4th frame. 60 after 2. Rosenthal, if he is not careful, Correll is going to run away with this. 3-11, that's a strike for him. So he stays in it, but Correll, if he stays hot, he's going to run away with it as Zancic comes up 2-11. That's a strike for him. 5 in a row. And he's starting to pull away quickly from Rhoda, as Rhoda will throw a 7. So Rhoda just cannot get things going here as he throws a questionable 9, and he will get it. So not a very good ball, but it does the trick as he's got a 78 after 4. Correll up next, looking to keep it alive. 4-6, and he does. That is 5 in a row for him. Marv Rosenthal is up for his 5th frame. Exceptional 19. That's a strike. Barely, but it's a strike. To the 6th frame we go with Ed Zancic up. Routine 5. That is a strike for him, so he keeps it alive. As Don Rhoda looks to stay in it. Questionable 5. He won't do it as he throws an 8. So only 2 strikes for him in this matchup. Exceptional 12. He'll pick it up, but he cannot keep throwing spares against Zancic, who can't throw anything but a strike. Bill Correll, the watch is on for him. Questionable 7. That's an 8 for him, so his perfect game is over. As we go to his 8th column, routine 14 gets it. Spare for him, but his run is over as he has a 138 after 5 now. Rosenthal, 3 strikes in a row for him. Can he make it 4? Questionable 9. No, he won't. That's an 8-, and a tough pickup for him. Is he able to do it? Routine 16. No, just a 1. So a 9 in that frame as he has a 84 after 4, 103 after 5, 112 after 6. But it may not even matter as Correll looks to be moving on anyway. Zancic still looking for his perfect game intact, and that will happen as that's a strike in the 7th frame. 150 after 5 for him. Don Rhoda for his 7th frame. It looks to be well in hand for Zancic as he throws a 218. That's an 8 for him. So Rhoda is he is struggling tonight. 220, and he's only going to get 1 pin. So 114 after 6, 123 after 7. Bill Correll saw his perfect game end in the last frame. He looks to pick it back up again, 2-7, and he will start off with a strike. here in frame 7, 158 after 6. Marv Rosenthal will be up next, exceptional 7. He throws a strike. Zancic, frame 8, throws an exceptional 1. That's a strike all day for anyone. He keeps his perfect game alive as we go to Rhoda for frame 8. Can he find a strike here? Routine 2, he will. So Rhoda trying to keep it respectable, but his max possible is a 213. It doesn't look like he's going to be moving on as Bill Carell throws an exceptional 2. That's a strike for him. So a little hiccup there in frame 6 is the only blemish on his night as Rosenthal comes up. Routine 13, that's a strike for him. We go to frame 9 for Zancic. Can he keep it alive? It looks to be 310. He will. 9 strikes in a row for him. 210 after 7. He's just putting on a show at this point as Don Rhoda comes up for his 9th frame. Routine 11, or exceptional 11. He'll get it. So 2 strikes in a row for him. Bill Carell be here in the 9th. 211. That's a strike for him. 188 after 7. It looks like Carell and Zancic are going to move on to face each other in round 3. Questionable 19 for Rosenthal. That is a Y ball. We'll look at 55. That's a 5 minus. So a 5 for Rosenthal. Tough one to pick up as he is an AA. Exceptional 11. He'll get it. So a great throw by him as he is a 157 after 8. To the 10th we go. Perfect game on still for Zancic. Can he keep it going? Uh-oh. Questionable 16. That is a Y ball. So his perfect game bid is over as he only knocks down 6 pins in his first throw of the 10th frame. He is an AA. Find our 6 pin chart. That's a regular 6. So AA, routine 8, he'll pick it up. Wait a second. Yes, routine 8, he picks it up. So 6 spare. He's got a 236 after 8, 256 after 9. And after 10, he will have a strike. And his game ends at a 276. So great night for Zancic. Just ran out of steam there at the end. Rhoda cannot win. These last few throws are just for show. And he has a strike for his first throw in the 10th. Throw number 2 will be a strike as well. So 183 after 9. And last throw of this tournament for him will be a 7. So he finishes with a 210 on a 227 average. So rough night for him. Bill Carell had that lone hiccup there in the 6th frame, looking to finish his night off. Questionable 12, and his first throw is a 7. His next throw will be a spare, and his last throw of the evening will be a strike. So 7, spare, strike. He finishes with 215, 235, 255. To move on to the next round, the max possible score that Marv Rosenthal can get is a 207. So routine 7, that's a strike for his first throw. He's got a 177 after 9. His second throw of the 10th frame will be an 8. So he looks to finish his evening off with a spare, and he barely gets it as he throws a questionable 14, but that is good enough. to finish with a 197. Rough night for Rosenthal. 225 average, does not break 200. So Zancic and Carell will move on to round number 3 here in our tournament as we get set for the 4th pairing of the evening to finish out round 2 here in this 24-man single elimination tournament. So our last group of the evening, we will have Barry Peccatillo. We're just going to say Peccatillo just for ease. He has a 220 average. He's going to be facing Steve MacArthur, who has a 207 average. MacArthur beat Lynn Van Golder yesterday by 2 to move on. Max Boston, 226 average, will be facing Mort Graham. Graham and Peccatillo got the buys in round 1. Max Boston had a 275 to put out Danny Hack in yesterday's action. So he looks to be a favorite in this matchup. Let's go ahead and get Barry Peccatillo out there and rolling. That's going to be a routine 15, and his first throw is just a 9. Looks to be able to pick that up. Routine 17 gets it. As Steve MacArthur gets set for his first roll of the day, and he's going to throw a strike right off the bat. Exceptional ball with a 6. Max Boston will come up. Routine 17, he throws an 8. Regular 8 should be fairly simple to pick up, and he will. As we go to Mort Graham. Graham, 216 average. Routine 4, and he'll start out with a strike. So we go to Peccatillo for his second throw of the evening, pick up a strike in his last frame. 116 gets it. That's a strike for him. And Steve MacArthur comes out for his second throw. Routine 11. That'll be a 9. Simple for him to pick up though, and he will. He has a 20 after 1. We go to Max Boston for frame 2. Questionable 2. Oh, gets it. Barely gets the strike, as a questionable 3 would have been a 9. But that is enough to get the strike, and we go to Mort Graham. If he throws any questionable balls, it's not a strike. 5, 16, that's an 8. Simple 2-pin pickup here. Should be able to get it. 411, and he will. So a spare for him in his second frame of action. Everyone has 20 after 2 frames. Peccatillo and Boston has the advantage though. Peccatillo will throw a strike for his third frame. Next up will be Steve MacArthur, threw a spare in his second. 3-7 gets a strike this time, as he has a 40 after 2. Max Boston, I keep wanting to call him Trevor Boston from the Baseball America set. 4-14, that is a 9. So Boston continues to struggle here as he throws a spare for frame 3. He's got a 40 after 2. And Mort Graham with his third frame action, 3-17, that's an 8. Should be fairly easy to pick up for him. Routine 1, and he'll get it. So another spare for him. He's got a 38 after 2. And we go to frame 4 action. Barry Peccatillo up. Routine 16, 8+. The 2 pins left standing. Should be fairly simple to pick up though. Routine 8, he'll do it. So he has a 68 after 3. Steve MacArthur out for his fourth frame of action. Exceptional 10, that's a strike for him. Everyone's still fairly close. As frame 4, Max Boston comes up. That'll be a questionable 5. That's only a 9. So he continues not be able to get strikes. He got a strike in the second frame, but everything else has been spares. As 4-14, he picks up another spare. He's got 59 after 3. Mort Graham coming out for his fourth frame. Exceptional 18, that's a strike. Barely. He's got a 58 after 3. Exceptional 19 would have been only a 9, but he's able to pick it up as Barry Peccatello comes out. 3-9, gets a strike. He's got 88 after 4. Steve MacArthur here in the fifth frame looking for third strike in a row, and he will get it. 3 strikes in a row for him. As Max Boston steps up to the lane now. 5-5, strike for him. Everyone throwing strikes this frame of work. Mort Graham, can he keep it alive? That's a routine 8, and he'll get it. That looked like it was, this die looked like it was spinning on questionable for a while, but we go to the 6th, still fairly even. Max possible Peccatello can get is 268, 280 for MacArthur, 259 for Boston, and 268 for Mort Graham, so it's still anybody's game. As we go to the 6th frame for Barry Peccatello, 3-9 keeps the pressure on as he throws a strike. Can MacArthur answer here? That's a exceptional 6, and he will. As Max Boston comes out now. Routine 3, he'll throw a strike. So everyone's starting to heat up now. First person to make a mistake may be in jeopardy. 112 for Graham, he throws a strike. So everyone heating up now. As Peccatello comes out for frame 7. Routine 14, that's a 9. So it could be a little chink in the armor that MacArthur can exploit here. Peccatello, exceptional 5. He's going to pick up the spare. He's got a 137 after 6. Frame 7 for MacArthur. Routine 19, that's a 7. So now all of a sudden everyone's starting to fall apart. Exceptional 12, he'll pick up the spare though. So a 5 is 127. And then 147 after 6 for MacArthur. 2-pin lead, or 10 score of 10 lead over him so far. After 7 frames, Max Boston come up. That'll be, oh, it goes questionable at the last second. Questionable 12. That is only a 7 for him. Now all of a sudden everyone's just gone cold as he throws an exceptional 12 and picks the spare up. So 106 after 5 and a 126 after 6. Can Mort Graham stay hot? This might be just what he needs to start putting Boston away. Routine 12, and he'll get a strike. 4 in a row for him, as he has a 118 after 5. 8th frame we go for Peccatello. They're just a score of 10 apart, 10 pins apart here. Routine 5, and that's a strike for him. 157 after 7 as MacArthur comes out. Exceptional 17, that's only a 9 though. Peccatello, this might be just what he needs. Pull away here as MacArthur picks the spare up. 166 after 7. Peccatello just took a 1-pin lead on MacArthur. Max Boston out. This game's still fairly close though. 32-pin lead for Graham. Boston throws an exceptional 16. That's a strike for him. 146 after 7. Mort Graham for his 8th frame, routine 9 strike. So Graham steadily starting to pull away. He's got a 148 after 6. We go to frame 9. Pecatello 1 pin lead right now, but he's got the advantage. Exceptional 9. That's another strike for him. He's starting to pull away here as MacArthur comes out here in frame 9. Routine 18. That's only a 7. 7 plus for him. Easy pickup, and he will get it. That extends the lead to 14 for Pecatello. Max Boston here in frame 9, routine 12. That's another strike for him. 2 in a row. But Graham has been on a hot streak lately. That's an exceptional 8. That's a strike for him. 6 strikes in a row. And he looks to go ahead and take this matchup as we go to the 10th frame for Pecatello. Can he pull away here even farther? That's a routine 13. That's a strike. 1 number away from a 9. His second throw is a routine 19. That's a 7. So a 7 plus. And questionable 14. He's only going to get 2 pins out of that last throw. So a strike, 7, 2. He finishes with a 233. And let's see here. MacArthur, though, that opened things up for him. 187 after 8. 214. 233 for Pecatello. If MacArthur gets 3 strikes in a row, he will tie him. So the pressure is on MacArthur. Routine 2. That's the first strike. So 203 after 9 for him. He needs a strike here. 213. No! It's just a 9. So no way he can beat Pecatello. If he gets a strike here, he's down 10. So it does not matter. Routine 6. That is a strike for him. Or that was a 9. Yeah, strike 9. That's a routine 6. He picks up the spare. So 223 for MacArthur. Good game there. As Boston is falling well behind Graham. Routine 2. That's a strike for him. For his first throw, 176 after 8. His second throw is a 215. That's only a 9 for him. The second throw, so he looks to finish out his evening with a spare, and he's going to get it. He finishes with a 225. So I don't think there's any way Mort Graham can lose this one. This is a big upset. Routine 3, that's a strike for his first throw. So strike for Graham. Gives him a 208 after 8. He all of a sudden just went on a tear, hitting everything he needed. Routine 8, that's another strike. 2 in a row for him. He is at 238 after 9 now. His last throw will be a routine 5. That's another strike for him to finish with a 268. So 216 average for Mort Graham. He is going to move on along with Barry Pecatello here in this tournament. So great night of action. We had our first perfect game, 300 by Bowl-O-Rama. And so let's see here. So our matchups for night 3 will be Trent Conrad, Frankie Diaz, Vince Stremick versus Bowl-O-Rama. Ed Zancic and Bill Carell face off against each other, and Barry Pecatello and Mort Graham for tomorrow night's action. So hey guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was a lot of fun. Really looking forward to seeing who's going to come on out and win the inaugural Board Sports Network 24-man single elimination tournament. If you liked the video, I ask you please hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe, leave me some comments, and let me know what you thought. and come back tomorrow night as we conclude this tournament. Until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching. Have a great night.